Gloucester-Hartpury v Exeter at King's Home, Queen's Home. This is a rematch of last year's final.
Ooh.
Flakes, you got player of the match in that.
Yes, she did.
Does it feel different this time? Because obviously last year you never won the Prem before, whereas this year you're the defending champions.
The kind of expectation of ourselves is a lot higher from what it has been like previously, because obviously we've not expected it before, but this year we're like, we need to be getting there now.
Last year, everyone wanted us to win. Like, everyone wanted us to be the team that like did it and came from behind, and everyone was rooting for the Circus, whereas this year everyone's like, nah, I'm bored of it. Like, we want to see you lose. Was I this nervous last year when we did this?
Yeah.
Was I?
Yeah, you were worse.
Was
I
I?
don't think you'd even let us finish asking you a question. Welcome to another Scaz and Mo show.
Alma's on holiday, so we are fully taking the reins. We're struggling already. We are struggling already. But this is in partnership with our very, very good friends at Vodafone. We're going to try and do our best.
We're going to try and do our best. And this week is a big week for our Mo. So she's brought along a couple of her Gloucester-Hartpury teammates as they head towards their PWR semi-final. One loss this season, I think.
We don't have to.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Move
One loss in the league this season. So going into it in a pretty strong position. And we have got some fantastic guests.
We have indeed. One of our many Welshies at Gloucester-Hartpury. In Wales on this show, she is known as 5022. It's Lleucu George. Damn it, I was really practising.
You practiced that
I practiced so many times and it was still terrible. So I call her Flakes because basically I can't say her name properly. But Flakes is here. We have spoken about her so much on this show. And also her mum listens. So big shout out to Jacqueline. Did I say that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Amazing.
Did you say that?
I said that right. Well, you got to check these things. We have also brought along co-captain of Gloucester-Hartpury, the absolute legend that is World Player of the Year in 2021, over half a century for England, which he received during this year's Six Nations. It's Zoe Aldcroft.
Welcome, guys. Hi. Flakes, can you say it?
My name?
Yeah.
Can you say your name?
It's Lleucu.
Yeah.
Go on, Scaz.
We give it a bit too much cliquey. That's how I'd say it.
It's better than me anyway. I do apologise. I genuinely really try sometimes, but I haven't got the so I think there's too much saliva in my mouth or something. It gets caught on it. It's not good.
Goodness. Mo, have you got any first memories of Zoe and Flakes?
So go on, you can say your first memory of us.
So my first memory, I met Mo and Scaz both together down in Lichfield, and they had like little photo cards with them, and honestly to this day I've still got them because obviously now I'm really good friends with them, and I got like them signed and stuff, and that was the first time I met Mo and Scaz, and I was in awe of them. Yeah, now I'm sat here on the sofa with them.
That's so funny. Were you at like a
I think-
festival or something?
Yeah, it was a festival. I think it was under 15s playing for the north of England, and you two and Sunts were there walking around.
So good.
Were we
seeing the
handing,
next
were we
generation.
handing our player cards out?
Handing your player cards out. Yeah,
Imagine. Why were we doing that? I feel like they would have made us do that, hey?
They
Yeah.
must have done.
Surely.
Yeah, they must have done.
Surely. The only person that I know still has them is my granddad still has a stack of them. Literally like a stack, because everyone used to get them, didn't they? And it was their club and their playing position and all that sort of stuff.
I think it's got a little fun fact on the bottom as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah,
but-
it was almost like a bit of a top trump card, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It had a picture of us on the front, our name, and then on the back it was like, I don't know, age, position, where you'd come from, all those different things.
It would actually be hilarious if they were top trumps, like where you'd actually sit in that pile. Do you know what I mean?
Age,
Terror.
don't worry, I've got Mo Hunt.
Oh, here we are. Brilliant. Classic.
They should come back though, because they're a really good
They
kind
were.
of way of connecting with people, weren't they?
I think it's cool now though, because obviously names are on the back, aren't they? So people, if they want you, can just shout whatever's on your back.
Yeah. Flakes, have you got any first memories of meeting Mo?
Well, I probably met Mo and Zoe at the same time. I got asked to play for Gloucester-Hartpury back in, I think it was 2019, just as kind of like a trial game, and they were all on tour to Swansea.
Sorry, that is crazy. It's crazy that you got pulled into a trial when the half the squad were absolutely smashed from the night before. That is mental. The game's gone a long way since then. You didn't come out with us that night though, did you?
No, I just turned up to play and then I left. I wasn't sure I was ready for it yet, to be honest.
It's probably a good thing, I think.
Yeah, I don't know if you'd have signed after the Swansea tour. We're still gagging to go back on tour.
Yeah.
We're still living off that Swansea tour.
When was that?
2019?
Yeah, 2019.
Yeah, I think it was
Oh,
2019,
sorry.
my first
Oh,
year.
you've not been
uni,
on
so-
tour since?
No. Why? When were you last on tour, Scaz?
Well, no, it just doesn't sound much like circus behaviour, not going on tour for 5 years. I don't know if we've ever been on tour. We went to the water park once and everyone got ill.
What do you
As it got
mean?
from us.
Where did you go?
You know, like one of those, I don't think I was even there at the time. It was the year before I arrived, or the pre-season before I arrived. You know, those inflatable things that they stick up on lakes and stuff. So I think like pre-season, team bonding, fired into one of them. And then that evening, like everyone was just ill, apparently.
So good. I actually did that with our Bucks girls. And like half of them like ruined their feet because they were like sliding down on the rope and stuff like that.
So the lesson is always read the small print, maybe.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, so before we get into the Gloucester-Hartpury season, we need to discuss some of this weekend's rugby. We've had PWR last round of fixtures. We've had Madrid Sevens and obviously the men's Prem semis as well. So Madrid Sevens, the grand final weekend. Obviously, we had Jazz and Abby on last week. They did all right, I think, by their own admission. Obviously, they perhaps wanted to get a couple more results than maybe they got. They had a really tough, close one against USA. The final ended up being Australia taking it and France winning the men's one.
Mad.
Let's not say it, the DuPont effect.
Yeah.
So heading into the PWR, obviously last round of fixtures, you guys had a bye week. Good timing, do we think, for the bye week?
I'd definitely say so. Like, I think we'd had a run of 3 games. Obviously, the hard one against Sarries last weekend, which probably didn't end in the way we wanted to. But then having a bye week this week before the semi-final kind of gave the girls just to have a little break. I went home personally, which was really nice. Have a little refresh and then going into this week and the next 3 weeks hitting the ground running. So I think I'd say a very good timing, actually.
Nice.
And you back on the farm flakes?
Yeah, I went back for a few days. We've actually got puppies at the minute, so I was literally just
What kind of puppies?
sitting with them. We've got little whip bits. So yeah, they're like 2 weeks old and they literally just started opening their eyes when I got home. So when I left, they all had their eyes open.
Whippet
It was
puppies.
lush.
Sorry, if you don't follow Flakes on Insta, her reel, like any reel that's like, what are they about dogs? Basically, like I'm a dog person.
Yeah.
Dogs are better
Like
than humans.
dogs are better than humans. Anything that's like that, like dogs are better than humans. Like you'll catch me with dogs, peppered.
Yeah.
You
That's
love
true.
a dog, don't you?
I do, yeah.
Very cute. So you guys are 15 wins out of 16. Saracens on 14. 6 points behind you on 70 points. 11 and 10 wins for Exeter and Bristol. Can you guys look ahead to a possible final against Sarries, or are we not even going there? Is that I can say that because my season's over and I'm sat here on my holidays.
Can't believe you're here first day of holiday, by the way.
I know, it's honestly just
Commendable, that.
pure commitment to the course.
Goodness me, you in women's rugby, you're leading the charge with it, I swear to God. No, we're not going to say anything like that.
Okay, yeah, God, yeah, you
we
don't
are
wanna-
fully, you know
you
what
don't
you
wanna bait
do?
anything, do
Sorry,
you?
you know what you do where you just fully sit on the fence? That is going to be us all the time.
Splinters unite.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
Anytime it gets mentioned, I'm like, touch wood.
Yeah, literally.
I just don't think you can touch wood on things like
You
that.
can.
Anyway. Okay, moving on. Quins trail finders at the weekend. Quins 27, trail finders 54.
Madness.
Did not see that one come in. But
No.
I feel like trail finders have kind of been like building the whole season. Like some results they've had and it's been like really, really good. And then obviously like dropped down a little bit. But I do think they have been building and with their squad as well. So I think like they are definitely a team to watch like going forward, and massive result against Quins. Yeah.
I think, arguably, back me up here,
Here she
maybe,
goes.
one of the hardest defences we played in that trail finders away game.
Yeah, they ran us really close, didn't
Yeah.
they? Like all the way up to the last play, really. They're the last say in the game. And like going into this last game, they probably had all of their Canadian players back, American players back. So they were more or less full strength and they showed what they could do against a Quinn side.
Yeah. I do think they're definitely one to watch like for future.
For sure. What do you think? First season in the Prem, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's a 6th place finish.
That was my worst game of the season. Do you want to hear?
Go on.
Basically, I was super sub. I came on at 15 and I
Sorry,
thought...
is that what you call them at Gloucester?
Yeah,
or
yeah,
else?
yeah, that's what we call
yourself.
That's what we call them at Gloucester. Weird. So I was on the bench and I came on at 15 and I thought, like I ran a little bit there in training because it was an option on a 6-2 split. And I literally like came onto the field and was like, buzzing to like get a bit of freedom, like play a little bit. Oh my God, I had 2 opportunities to stop him scoring tries, absolutely failed at both of them, got rinsed round the outside by Vicky Laughlin, like rinsed, 1-on-1, not even close.
You're not the only person this season.
It was
that's had that.
terror, it was actually terror. So I would never want to be out there again. I'm like well settled at 9 now. Game's moved on,
So
hasn't it?
super sub no more, yeah?
Super sub. No,
Got
I
it.
was literally horrendous, Scaz. I was so bad.
We probably need to talk about, obviously, Quinn's loads of retirees.
Mad that.
I know.
They were just coming
big
out one
numbers.
after another.
I know. But I think we definitely need to touch on Rachel Burford and Emily Scott. Shauna Brown, obviously, this is her second time round retiring.
Yeah, after a year as well. Imagine you'd come back for like the year and then go again.
Yeah, I mean, fair play to her. Obviously, she's brought a lot to the game, but I think certainly Burf, as a personal reflection, like we played together, I think, for 10 years or so, probably in that centres together. When I first came into the squad, she was the person that was setting standards in terms of like how professional you should be, your skill set. I always remember a coach when I was 16 saying, yeah, your pass is all right, but it's not Rachel Burford. That's always stayed with me. And to be fair to her, she could pass a ball, can't she? So I really, really wish her well in retirement. She's done a hell of a lot for the game, and obviously all the things she's involved in with the Players Foundation
Board and all that,
the boards and stuff. I think she'll be a voice for a long time to come. Scotty, what a ledge.
Yeah, arguably some of the best rugby I've seen her play. So when that one came out, I was actually quite surprised.
It's quite a nice place to be, isn't it?
Yeah, no, fair point.
But no, we wish all of those guys, obviously, the very best moving forward.
Yeah, and you, done for the season.
We're done. Feet up.
Did you feel like you had them? So for those that don't know, obviously 24-33 against Sarries, wasn't it? Loughborough Sarries.
I think like we knew we wanted to go and give it a proper good shot. We felt like some of our attack stuff was really going well. Obviously they'd rested a few of their players, knowing they had a home semi, all of that sort of stuff. But yeah, I think we were a bit disappointed we weren't closer. But nonetheless, we scored 4 tries. We put out a decent show. And ran out with Isla.
Go on.
The girl that made all our bracelets for us.
No, is that the photo?
Yeah, so that's the photo.
I didn't recognise who her son is.
Yeah, so that's after the game, but she was
Where's
one
your
of...
bracelet?
Hold on. So she was one of our mascots. Don't out me like that. This is so savage. She was one of our mascots along with Charlie, one of the boys who was an avid supporter. He ran out with Scotty. I ran out with Isla. And I put my bracelet on, because obviously I wasn't wearing it for the game, but I put my bracelet on so that when we ran out together, we had it, took it off, gave it her, and then she gave it me back after the game. But then we had our end of season last night. So I was like dressed up. So I took it off. So it's still in my kit bag in Loughborough.
What you're saying is Isla needs to make you like a gold
I need to go
number
going out one.
Yeah, right.
I don't know if we need to do that.
Zoe, just reach over. That's little Isla.
Ah,
Little cutie.
very cute, and the bracelets are on.
Oh, what a sweetie.
So cute.
Biggest news of the weekend though.
Go on.
The mini league.
The mini league.
Sorry, that was last weekend, I know, but
That was last weekend.
congratulations on winning the mini league. Double, was it?
We've done the double.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is the mini league?
Zoe, don't. So obviously we just played Sarries. We went out with our mate Claire Allen like in London, and I got there like probably about 45 minutes, hour before Scaz. She rocks in all in her pink and purple kit. That's irrelevant, but I just think it's important. And she was like, "Oh, girls, we've done the mini league. We've done the double." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" Just kept repeating, "I've won the mini league. We've done the double, girls. We've done the double. I've won the mini league." I was like, "What are you on about?" And by this point, because all I'm getting is the same answer, I was getting more and more wound up. I was like, "What, you won? You beat them in the cup? Like, what are you on about?" Go on to the listeners.
I kept saying to Mo, I was like, "Mate, have you ever done the double, mate? I know you won the Prem title, but have you ever done the double?" She's getting
I was so wound up because I was like, I don't understand what you're saying.
Basically, it was just a little bit of fun that we had, because obviously we couldn't make top 4, but we were kind of in this 5th place jostle for a period of time with Ealing and Quins. So like before Christmas, when we were playing them in a row, we kind of deemed it like this little mini league. So that if we win the mini league, we'll put ourselves ahead of them. So basically,
God, you're out in the mini league now though, because they're going to come after you next year.
Well,
maybe you'll be in the big league.
Maybe we'll be in the big league by then. Yeah. Come on. So basically, we obviously did that, and then after we beat Ealing last week, albeit by a point, we were like, "We've done the double." We were like, "Girls, we've done the double." It was a joke, but Mo basically obviously took it too seriously.
I'm quite literal, you know this.
You are. You're very literal.
So there we are.
Sale Bristol. Did anyone see that coming?
No, not at all. Not at
27
all.
Sale to Bristol's 24.
Yeah, I think our group chat was popping off a little bit, wasn't it? Like, I was like, "Oh, are we playing Bristol then in the semis?" But obviously the points kind of made it that we still got Exeter. But yeah, massive surprise.
Crazy.
Maud was having an absolute shocker. She was like peppering. I think as she was
she trying to do the
thinking,
maths?
as she was thinking, she was just putting whatever in her head was in there. But we were like, "What are you on about?" She's like, "Yeah, an Exeter win has secured that Sarri's get the home semi or something." We were like, "No, mate, that was last week." Like, what?
And she ended it with very interesting.
Is that what she put? When you read that from Maud as well, you can just you hear it in her
Literally.
voice.
A
don't
little
you?
posh voice. Yeah. Very interesting.
Bless her. But no, we're very intrigued to see that game.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't streamed or
Very
anything, was it?
intrigued.
So I haven't managed to watch it back yet. But
But Elma was up there. She did a GSR show. Spoke to Katie this morning. They had Lana on and Molly Wright. She said Molly Wright was very good value.
oh, nice.
Yeah.
Get her in.
And KDM was obviously buzzing about the Sale win. So all good there.
Nice.
Men's Prem. Did we watch any?
You must have watched it.
Yeah, I watched
Yeah.
both games.
Go on, give us the rundown.
Another class game, really. And Bath have been so good, like, all season. They've obviously been building after being at the bottom for quite a while.
Yeah.
It was a good game of rugby.
Did any of you see that? I can't remember what it was on, like Rugby Pass or something like that. But it was like Bath Rugby in season like 22-23, and it was like 13th or like bottom of the table.
Yeah.
And then the picture of Finn Russell, like Bath Rugby this season. Yeah, literally. He is insane. Is he like? How do you rate him as a 10?
Yeah, he's obviously a 10 you want to watch because he obviously tries things every time he plays. So, yeah, I enjoy watching him play. And he's been class off the tee as well this season.
He has been
Yeah,
good.
he has actually. Is he the 10 that, like, if you could say, that's what I want my game to be?
A little bit, yeah. Just a little bit of that unpredictability, really. He tries things and he always has a bit of a smile after if it doesn't pay off.
He's pretty
Yes.
lucky though. He's got quite a good 9 as well at Bath, hasn't he?
Yeah.
You perhaps don't have the joy of that.
Fastest pass in the world.
Thank you.
Fastest passing. Tell us, Flakes.
What was it 22 miles per hour?
No, don't. Since I got back from Six Nations, I've had stick from this girl on it. She's like, "Oh, mate, hurt my hands." terrible
Too
chat.
Too good. Have you seen the Bath fan that's gone really early on his tattoo? I saw it this morning. I didn't know if it was real or not. He's basically got a tattoo on his leg that says COYB, come on, you Bathos.
I did see.
And then it says 2024 champions. Did I get that right? Come
Yeah.
on, you Bath. Come on, you Bath.
Sorry, I just didn't know that you didn't know what that would have meant.
Come on, you boys.
No, Bath.
Come on, you Bath. And then it says 2024 champions, of which they're obviously
No, did you
not
think it
yet.
was the final?
What? I assume not. What? I don't know.
I think he just got well excited that
I think
they're
he's
in the
just got
final and
excited,
thought,
yeah.
"I'm backing them all the way." Imagine.
I can't wait to see the cover up if it
Yeah.
doesn't quite go.
I
right
don't think
for
he'll
him.
cover that up. He looks fairly worse for wear in the photo, and his mates all look semi-okay. So I think that that's probably not an all right thing to have done to the poor lad. But
Any
fair play.
tattoos that we regret while we're on it? Got any?
Regrets? Did you ever get a circus?
No regrets.
Yeah.
Did you? Where'd you get it?
Oh, yeah.
Have I seen it?
Yeah.
Get your circus out. Oh yeah, of course it has.
nice.
Yeah, she went big.
Strong.
So and I got
three of us
matching ones.
Yeah, we got matching ones
Yeah.
out in Thailand.
Captain's
wouldn't
call
you?
if we won.
Yeah.
But did everyone get them?
There's a fair few. Yeah.
And
There's
it
a
was
fair
it all
few.
the same thing or whatever you wanted that
yeah.
meant something?
Yeah.
All gone different. To be fair, even Maudie, she's got cherries. Our coaches, Linny and Fordy, they got it. They both got cherries as well.
Maud, didn't Murph get it as well?
Has Murph got it? Is it? Oh, I haven't seen it.
I don't know, maybe not. Maybe not.
But they got theirs coloured in, cherries, and I just wasn't sure on that. But
Yeah, each
spotting
their
the
own.
girls.
If you want to
Spotting the
look like
girls.
Yeah, we're also
Yeah.
individualised, you know, like you do whatever you want.
Love that for you
Best
guys.
is literally a circus tent with circus written in the middle.
Yeah. That's quite a big one, that.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
quite a big one.
Yeah.
Did she get the tent and then be like, oh, don't know if people will know what that is, so I'll write circus in it as well. Go back and get circus in it.
I think she maybe designed it like that, but
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
imagine, Scaz, you come play with us, you could be walking
I
out
could
with
have
a
a circus on me somewhere.
Any tattoos you regret, mate? Or
No regrets.
pure as they come?
Pure as they come. Untouched me.
So many ways.
Oh dear. Talking of obviously Northampton, Courtney Laws, you must have some serious appreciation for that bloke.
Yeah, man. I think he is.
man.
Yeah, man.
I think he is like one of like my players that I just really love to watch. Like I think he's just sensational. Like his tackle dominance, like what he does in the line out. Like I just think he's an unreal sort of player. And listening to him at the RPA Awards last week, obviously he won the award there. He was just saying like all his career's kind of like doubted himself a little bit, which has kind of driven him to keep going and keep improving every single time. And I think I like reflect to myself and I was like thinking, oh, that's a little bit of me. And I think
we were all sat there.
Mo and Ty were like nudging me like, that's you. I was like, all right. But yeah, to be fair, it's very true that I probably do like doubt myself. So yeah, probably got, that's very big admiration for him.
I basically said, I was listening to him speak and I was like, I actually feel sorry for him because I'm like, he is world leading and he has been for so many years. Like that cover tackle at Twickenham, I remember like how long ago was that? And he's still absolutely insane, like leading the way for England. And he was stood up there saying like he's never really been that content with how he plays and he's always striving for more and he's never really happy that he's had a performance that he's like super proud of and that. And I was thinking, how on earth do you feel like that when we all see you as like top of your game, like the pinnacle?
But do you not think that's why he is there?
Yeah, but then I was saying,
like
that was what was making me a bit sad. But basically, that's our Zoe. And it was just like, whoa.
Don't be sad for me, man.
No, I'm not sad for you. I'm proud of you, mate. But do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Crazy.
I heard him speak the other day and he said something about he's always wanted to try and fulfill his potential.
Yeah.
That's what he's always strived for. He doesn't think he'll have done it. But yeah, that was the push. And I think that's literally how you get to be a really good player like that, isn't it?
100%.
No, for sure. And in terms of like his captaincy stuff, leadership, because he's comes across as a relatively chill guy, doesn't take life perhaps too seriously. I can see parallels with you and him in that sense as well.
Yeah, I think like looking at him, he does look super, super chill, probably a kind of leader, like he probably doesn't say much either, but like just watching him, you can see the boys want to follow him into battle, which is just like unbelievable to do. Obviously his actions just say so much about him as a person and a player as well. So yeah, amazing.
So good. And we also just need to take a moment to talk about Rob Burrow, obviously Leeds Rhinos, one of the most successful players in history, who obviously passed away at the weekend. Incredibly sad. Obviously him and his pal Kevin Sinfield have done a huge amount in terms of raising money and research into MND, and two blokes that have done an amazing amount for that incredibly special community. Obviously you guys, Ed Slater, last year, you donated your final match fees to obviously all the research and stuff that he's also trying to do.
It's just like so hard hitting, isn't it? I think it's one of the worst diseases that you can come across in terms of like how slow it just deteriorates, and like thoughts with it. Like Ed has been unbelievable. Like his family have been incredible, and obviously all the Gloucester community, the way that they've rallied around him and done as much as they can. But it's just brutal just to see the deterioration is just savage. It really is.
Has things like that drawn you guys together more because you have that kind of common purpose? You all play for Gloucester, obviously. You guys did what you did last year at the final in terms of your match fee, but it must act as a huge source of inspiration for you guys.
Yeah, definitely. I think like obviously to see Ed and his family be there, like we've got the Slater Cup that we've played in both times this year. His children actually like designed the shirts for that, which is like it's quite hard actually, like putting the shirt on at the start of the season against Leicester, because obviously we know it means so much to his whole family and the whole of the M&D community. And I really think like Gloucester Rugby has really got behind the charity, and like Mo said, rallying around trying to do the best to support Ed and his family.
But the strength that you see in people when they go through something like that is remarkable, and I think that's something that everyone in the rugby club and in the community are feeling.
Yeah, certainly. All our thoughts and love to Rob's family. So, getting back to you guys, the Cherry and Whites, the Circus. Is it both, or is it one? It's one the men and one the women?
You can take this, please.
Yeah, I'd probably say with Circus.
Have the boys got anything to do with that? Are they like, girls, what are you on about when you talk about the circus?
They let us be with that, really, don't they? I don't think they've ever had an opinion, or if they have, it's probably behind closed doors.
It's a closed door circus, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a closed door circus. But we don't really get called the Cherry and Whites as the women's side, really. It is kind of got our own identity as the circus, probably more like what we do kind of like on the pitch, like how we play and that sort of stuff. But There is a
That's
deeper
where the
meaning.
circus comes from, is it on the pitch stuff?
There is a deeper meaning, but it's in-house. We cannot share.
We're not giving it you, Scaz. It's one of those, you know, we're like, if you're in it, you know it. But if you're not in it, you don't know it, but you think you know it. And we like that.
Yeah. I mean, even some people in the team probably don't know the circus.
But I don't think they've fully got engaged with that bit of it. Do you know what I mean? So
So funny. And talk to us about the pink kit, because obviously that has gone down very well. We saw Tins and two of his kids in it the other day.
he actually didn't put it on though. Django was fuming. Our CEO.
What, he had
Django.
a shirt as well?
Django got him a shirt, yeah. And you don't need to buy Tins a shirt, do you know what I mean? Like, he can buy his own shirt, in my opinion. But yeah, Django gave him a shirt.
that for the raffle, that.
Exactly, yeah. Just put it on once and we'll sell it.
I haven't got the neck range, Shira. Where is it?
Behind you. Flakes is here.
Flakes is lovely.
Oh,
in
there.
pink,
Sorry, yeah.
It was actually very controversial when we first got shown it by Django. I think there were a few like, what is that, Django? But to be fair, it had like stars over
was it that shirt or was it a version of?
It was a version of. There was lots of stars. There was an actual circus tent on it.
Yeah. No,
yeah, an actual circus tent.
He was so proud, wasn't he? And he sent
was
it
so
into a little
proud.
group chat with me, Linny, Zoe.
And it went down like a lead
So we're
balloon.
just like, no.
What was your feedback? Did you soften the blow or were you just like,
No, we can be quite honest with him, can't we?
Yeah, it can be. Yeah, but we said that it could be pink, didn't we?
Yeah.
Get rid of the circus, get rid of the stars. So
What
we
were the stars for?
I don't even
Just
know
to
what
like
the
make the
stars
circus
for.
tent come to life. You saw that, didn't you?
Like, it was like circus at night, was it?
Yeah, it looked like American vibes.
Yeah,
really.
it was something else. But it basically got dropped on our group. And obviously the meaning behind the circus as well, we were like, not sure if we want like circus tents on the playing kit. Do you know what I mean? Like, we know
In-house, it's in-house.
Exactly, so I can't go into it. But we were like, I appreciate that it's for the supporters, but at the end of the day, like, we have to run out with a circus tent on us, like with stars everywhere. But it got dropped into our group chat and it was like, please can you vote for the 4 options? And there was like one with the stars and the circus tent, one with just the circus tent in red and pink, and then just like the same, do you know what I mean? So like stars and circus tent, pink.
I'm lost, but I sort of get
Oh,
what you're
do
saying.
you know what I mean? Anyway,
yeah, loads
there
of
were
different
4
options. You picked your favourite.
Excuse me, I'm still telling my story. There were 4 options, and basically someone wrote, I think it was Egg again, wrote, "Can we have an option for none of them?" And then everyone started liking that rather than the actual options.
Was Django on this group or was this
No,
a
no,
player
no,
group? Okay, fine.
Bless him, but he took it really well, and I think the new one has gone down very well
The
indeed.
new one's
Very
gone
well.
down so well.
Yeah.
People love it.
We love the shorts.
Shorts
The
are
shorts,
banging.
unreal.
Flakes don't like the kit that much, but
I like the shorts.
I feel like a Barbie girl when we run out on it. Actually, I'm like,
it's nice.
Especially with your new headbands.
well,
though.
yeah, I know. Flipping out the headband. Yeah, I'm getting a cauliflower ear. So the headband is an essential thing.
At
At
least
the
till
moment.
after the wedding anyway.
At least after the wedding, yeah. But I've had it drained a couple of times and it's not going down. So, yeah, me and Al Matthews
Yeah,
are
you're
both
literally
supporting
the
cauliflower ears and supporting the
And
headband.
poor little Mia Venner's got one now.
Yeah,
So
A
she
collie?
yeah.
well, yeah. Her ear was blue this week.
It was
What
weird.
from?
She's hard
Tackling?
nut, that girl. She's a hard nut.
Scaz, she knocked her teeth out and played on.
Jesus.
No, not that happens in rugby for anyone that hasn't played. Or any parents listening.
She didn't have a gum shield in.
Yeah, it's her own fault. Literally knocked her tooth out in Sarries, got up, played on,
Fair play.
like bleeding. Mental.
Goodness.
She has nails.
Flaky. Flakes.
No.
AKA 5022. Where is that nickname come from? Do you support it? Or is it one of those where you're like, gosh, shut up now?
Yeah, it's a bit of the latter, if I'm being honest.
Or is it one where
Yeah.
it's like, Mo, shut up now?
Yeah. Obviously
See
kicking
how
is a
you
bit.
really feel.
Obviously kicking is a big part of my game. I think most people just can't say my name, so they just go with that instead.
I reckon 5022 doesn't roll off the tongue that quickly though, does it?
No, it
It's not
doesn't.
the catchiest thing.
Do you actually not like it?
I don't mind. I just let it happen, really,
Right.
you know?
Just chilled.
Yeah.
Super chilled. You have to let me know if you don't like it, because I do call it her a lot.
You do call her a lot.
The worst was
We've
when I went
spoken
up to
about
her-
you on here a lot as well.
When I went up to her after we played you, and I was like, I can't believe you let 5022 let her 5022 over her head.
What a nudge. What a nudge.
It was a good nudge, to be fair,
I
wasn't
think
it?
that's the first
That's
and
the
only
reason
one
she's
I've ever
brought it
done.
up. That it's not even in the brief, like the 50-22 in the brief, but she just thought, I'll tee you up to give me raps.
Funny. Elma, after the Italy game, because she was at the Principality, was very much in awe of that 50-22 you kicked and how it shifted that momentum in that game. How was that experience for you? Because obviously that was a pretty cool moment, being at the Principality, obviously getting the win in the end as well.
Yeah, obviously it hadn't been the campaign that we wanted, so we really wanted to finish on a high. And to be fair, it was quite loud in there. We had the roof closed, we had a good crowd, and yeah, happy to finish with a win. Yeah, just happy that kind of all the hard work that we put in kind of paid off into something at the end. But yeah, it was a good experience to play there.
Amazing. Georgia Evans, we had on, was that last week?
Yeah, a couple
With
weeks
Donna
ago.
Rose. She told us about, she'd made you a sign or something. She was
No, she got them from the crowd.
Yeah,
and
my
she
friends-
was chasing you with it.
Yeah, so my friends from uni made me a big sign. There's only one Lleucu G, I think I said. And I was trying to carry it back to the change room, and she kind of snatched it off me. So I was running after her, trying to get it back. But,
She
yeah.
told us she was chasing you, so there's, yeah.
There we go.
Brilliant.
Difference.
It's
Don't
true.
let the
It's
truth
true,
get in the
isn't
way
it,
of
that
your
you
story.
started off as back row?
Yeah, it is.
Do you know this story? Go on.
Possibly. Go on, tell us.
So, well, I played back row the whole time I played rugby then, and 2017 World Cup, got my first 2 caps there as back row.
You see, the thing with this story is so often you talk to people and they start in a different position, but you physically got, we're talking like junior rugby, you got capped as a flanker.
Wait
Yeah.
for it. And then kicks a touchline conversion.
Yeah, it was literally just a training day in the week. And at the end, like, I was just like a 17-year-old kid, so I was just messing about at the end, really. Picked the ball up and I drop kicked from the 5 metre from the touchline.
A drop kick.
Yeah, there wasn't many people left on the field, and then I kind of turned around and all the coaches were just staring at me, and I was like, oh gosh, what have I done? Nothing else was really said about it. They kind of just were staring at me, so carried on. And then the coach at the time, Roland, rang me up at the end of the tournament after it was finished and was like, what do you think about playing 10? I was like, I'll give it a go. And then the rest is history, really.
Do you have any hesitation about changing? Like, do you wish that you were like, nah, I quite like flank?
I did. Obviously, I used to love playing flanker. I was very much a different player then than to what I am now. I was like tackle jackal. I loved it in the contact and everything. But yeah, I was like, I used to kick conversions and stuff as a back rower with my club as well. So I was like, I'll give it a go. It took quite a while to get used to it, obviously, but yeah, I haven't gone back, obviously.
Do you rate it now?
Yeah.
Or are there games where you're like, oh, if only I was just back on that scrum?
Well, I don't know. You never know really how my rugby career would have gone if I would have stayed in the back row. So yeah, I'm happy where I'm at.
Doing all right now, eh?
You're probably wearing a headband because you got a cauliflower ear.
Yeah, probably.
Count your lucky stars, I reckon.
Don't talk about the cauliflower. She gets
Obviously,
one.
this year was first year pretty much as the proper starting 10 for Wales. How has the season been? Have you enjoyed having that role? Obviously, Snowy was there for such a long period of time, but it must be cool to be able to actually kind of get the reins as such and give it a proper crack.
Yeah, it was nice to get a start in every game. That's something that, like, one of my goals before the campaign started was to be involved in every game. Kind of been waiting in the wings for quite a while, really. But yeah, it was nice to get some game time, get some experience. Obviously, would have liked it to go better for the team. Obviously, it's when you get to play, but we're not winning games, it's a different story. But yeah, it was nice to get some minutes and get experience, really, trying to learn how to lead in different ways as well. That's one of my sort of work-ons, I would say, is to try and lead a bit more. But yeah, it was a cool experience to do it.
Does that help having these two at Gloucester-Hartpury in order, to try and develop that, or listen to these guys, learn from these guys to then take back to Wales? Does that help having two half-decent players around you?
Yeah, it's not bad, is it, really? Obviously, they're quite different leaders. Like, they both obviously lead in the way they play, but like, Mo always tends to know what to say at the right time, I would say. And then Zoe's like quality around the field, obviously leading in the set piece and everything. Trying to find like a bit of a happy medium, because I'm not the loudest person in the room. Trying to find my way to lead at the minute, which is cool. I'm learning things with every game, really.
Can we talk about what it's like to play with Mo? Because obviously a 9-10 partnership is so crucial to any game of rugby. Obviously you guys are at different spectrums in terms of experience in the game and how long you've been playing, etc. One's longer in the tooth than the other. But yeah, how is that relationship? Like, is it things where you're like, oh yeah, Mo's class at that, and then you're like, oh mate, just shut up please? Because
there's a bit of a mixture. Obviously, it's class playing with her. She's world class. There are some moments in a game or training where she kind of goes off on her own, and I just kind of give her a look. I don't really say anything.
Is this where you've gone around the corner and then she's like sniping back the other way?
Yeah, she's gone, nowhere to be seen. And she kind of knows then, okay, I need to relearn a little bit.
Flakes keeps me in check. Zoe keeps me in check more, I'd say, after the Sarries game. But Flakes definitely keeps me in check. I just think, like, yeah, I think it's awesome. Like, obviously, Flakes is, like, at the start of your 10 journey, really, aren't you? How many years have you been playing there now?
5 or 6.
Yeah, 5 or 6. Like, but the world is literally at her feet. Like, I don't think we've played with a more skillful 10, especially at a club level. Love Kerry Large a bit. It's, like, very, very skillful player, but the trick, like the miss passes that, like, you can throw a miss 4 and do you know what I mean, it's like the perfect seed onto the winger, and just to have that ability outside you, and also the boot. Like, I like to kick a ball, like I love a kicking game, but there's no point me kicking when I've got Flakes behind me, do you know what I mean? Just feed her. Even if I'm passing back 10 metres, she's going to make an extra 50 on what I can do. So I think it's an awesome balance to be able to play with someone the calibre of Flakes as well, and also I don't think you know how bloody good you actually are. And I think that's a real special place to be.
Very exciting place to be. I can't believe you were born in 2000. Can we just touch on that?
Yeah, 2000
move
baby,
on,
yeah.
Move on quickly. Oh my God, you actually...
Did you not know that?
No. Born in the year 2000.
Yeah.
Jesus.
How old does that make her, Mo?
24.
Nice.
Quick maths. Well, if you've had your birthday yet. What year were you born?
1996.
You? Yeah, no, don't need to do that. So obviously you've spoken a lot about co-captaincy and stuff. What is it like working with this one?
I absolutely love working with Mer. Like, she's great. I learned so much of her. I'd probably say I'm definitely the part of the captain, but no, I just love it. Like, I think we have really good chats. I think we work really, really well together. Like, we'll discuss like most things, and obviously we get on like really, really well. But yeah, no, going out there together is super special every single week, and I think we do work well together.
I think we do.
Yeah, so I did give you the eyes against Sarries.
I was going to say, can we talk about that? Because I do think one of the best things about really good relationships is not just all the good stuff, but it's actually being able to check each other as well. That's literally how the best relationships function. What happened in the Sarries game?
I got checked. Scaz. I got checked. But like completely...
Wait, can I hear it from Zoe's point of view?
Yeah.
So my point of view, it was obviously the game, like a game like that is irate. There's a lot going on. Like, it is frantic. Obviously Mo done the first quick tap and went, fair enough, like nearly scored from it, like probably should have scored from it, whatever, like, okay, happy with that one. And then obviously still frantic, and I just think we needed to chill it down a little bit, but obviously she goes again, and they end up scoring off of it, and they put the ball down, and she's like near the ball, and I just absolute daggers. I said, Mo, we need to control this. But she just listened. She's like, sorry, which I don't mean to be so like direct with you, but
like, I don't mind direct comms. Like, I think I'd give direct comms in that moment, and to have someone like Zoe, like, everyone talks about, like, people have spoken about you about being really chill, but the thing about Zoe is she is chill, but there's also the standard that she
100%.
Expects and upholds, and everyone fully respects that. And I think, like, for example, no one is ever late for any line out walkthrough, and if they are, they'll like come in with their tail between their legs. Do you know what I mean? Because you just don't want to let her down with anything that you do. And that was like me on the pitch, like when she gave me the daggers after one of them and was like, you need to chill out a bit. And then I went again, and then they ended up scoring. So under the post, I was like, oh God. And then she like just grabbed me on the shoulders and was like, this game is frantic, you are being frantic, like I need you to just chill out. And I was like, yeah, fair enough. And there was a time in R22 where I wanted to go, like, I really thought it was on, and I really
was gonna go,
wanted to go. And in the back of my head I was like, I actually can't, because if this don't pull off, like I can't look at her.
Yeah, there was one point actually I seen you like shouting like to pull the backs out, and I was like, is she thinking I'm going again?
But I think like that is the beauty of having those relationships. Like Zoe could literally say anything to me, and after the game, bless her, Zoe apologised to me about 3 times. I was like, mate, you can say whatever you want, like, because I know that it's like coming from a really good place, and a place that like I also needed to hear it. Do you know what I mean? Like in that moment I thought I was trying to do the best for the team, and it clearly wasn't, and we weren't all on the same page. So actually to be able to get checked in the game, in the moment, and actually react to that and be able to like move on and get back on the same page and aligned, like that is literally like the best captaincy you can ask for. So,
but there's a couple of things, and I think like in those moments you have to be direct. If you start trying to say paragraphs to one another, it's lost in the moment.
Yeah.
But then also the second thing is the relationship that you guys have, you know that by just saying, Mo, can you calm the hell down?
It wasn't even words, it was the eyes. So again, the eyes. It was the eyes.
Burnt through your soul. Sorry. But obviously, you know, it's everything is for the good of what you guys are trying to create as a team and move forward with. It's never anything personal, which obviously is probably one of the best signs of a brilliant relationship.
100%. And I think, to be fair, I do think before the game we do try and be on the same page, like
100%.
before we go in. So that doesn't actually happen very often. But yeah, we just needed a.
Who takes up what role?
Mo does a lot of like the speaking. You do like in the change room, like loads of stuff, and then when we get on the pitch, I do the rev.
Zoe's the rev.
Oh, you're the rev up.
Zoe's the rev.
Yeah, but you do give a little rev.
A little rev, like so pre-warm up.
Yeah,
A Mo rev.
a little tiny little rev up, and then Zoe is like, "We're gonna rev the tits off this." Do you know what I mean?
So is that a direct quote?
Yeah.
RTT if you're in it. Yeah,
RTT. Literally in the huddle, I'll be like RTT.
What game was that came out? Or was that just a
No,
common?
Zoe just has like these. Well, you've been captained by Zoe, have you? Yeah. Like she just has these one-liners, and they just like hit the nail on. Like they are money. Like when she says it, you're like, yeah, that is exactly what I needed in that moment.
Half the time I'm like looking around and people are giggling, and I'm like, oh, maybe that wasn't the right thing to say. But after that, yeah, we loved it. I was like, oh god.
No, it's perfect.
Talk about kind of international captaincy stuff. What was that experience like, captaining England? Because it's a pretty ridiculous thing to do, isn't it?
It is. I think it is quite like daunting. I think when obviously Mitch first like pulled me aside and was like, we want you to be captain this week, he kind of said, you don't have to change anything. And I kept that like in my head all week, like you don't have to say anything extra. Like if you want someone to speak, you can get that. Because obviously I'm not the most talkative. I think like I do like to do it on game day, like speak a little bit more, but I just know that I don't have to do that role. There are so many other better speakers that we have in England that can do that role. But yeah, it's super special to run out, and I think just like you can learn so much from it. Like I think you have time to think on the pitch, like working with the ref, like those kind of conversations. Like I think, like myself, I'm quite a calm person anyway, but it's just, I think in those moments it's really important to stay calm and like actually rationally think, which maybe some decisions I maybe got a little bit wrong, but now I reflect, I think I'd do that differently if I were ever to do it again.
So there's plenty of things that learned from it.
Definitely. Like I think that was like the number one thing, like at the end of doing it, the first thing I was thinking, it was like, what could I have done better? Like, oh, I did that really bad, and like just like squirming about little bits. But I think overall I was quite happy with it. I think I was quite chilled. But yeah, just like the odd things I thought back to I didn't need to change that next time and stuff. So yeah.
You've said before in an interview that you can be an introvert and still be a leader. Would you say you're an introvert? Do you describe yourself as an introvert, do you?
I think around
Until a glass of wine.
That's not Zoe, that's Ashley.
I think like I can be when I first meet people, I can definitely be an introvert in front of big crowds, in front of like the media sort of stuff. I'm probably definitely an introvert. Obviously, probably around like you guys, I'm an extrovert. I don't know an extrovert, but I'm a little bit crazier. But yeah, I'd definitely say that I kind of keep myself to myself in those sorts of times. Yeah. But I do also, like, I can be out there. It just
What you
depends
need
who
to
I'm
be.
with, I think. It depends on the crowd, on the people.
That's also a
Yeah.
skill, isn't it? Tailoring things to the people that you're with and around. Beckett's got a really good quote, which I definitely buy into. She described you as the most on it, not on it person. Can you unpick that for us?
Offended? Question mark.
Not offended at all because it's probably true. She just kind of says like, I'm like so on it with like everything, like the rugby, like try to be as like professional as I can, but like sometimes my head is literally on a different planet. Honestly, sometimes I say to myself, I'm like, flipping hell, Zoe. Like, I literally laugh at myself sometimes because I'm just so aware with it. But yeah, that's the on it, not on it person.
I love that. Like, you were smiling when I said that. Is that your experience of Zoe as well?
Yeah, I'd probably definitely agree.
Probably definitely agree. That's the most Welsh saying ever. So funny. It's Zoe's attention span for me.
Yeah.
Like, you're fine to a point, and then you're literally like, nah, you're boring me now. And she's like, and her eyes just go wider, and you just know that she's not in the
She's
room.
checked out.
She is not there.
Yeah, I've got about 20 minutes of concentration, then I'm gone. So I think that's why I'm so like short, and like when I'm speaking, it's only real short because I know if I was listening, when like you're like waffling, I'm not there at all. I've gone. So I think that's why when I speak, I'm quite like just like short and pretty.
So in a game, do you find that challenging, or do you very much go on and off based on when the game's on and off?
As in when I'm playing, like, am I in and out?
Yeah.
Or no, I'm
She
on
is
it
not
the
in and
whole-
out.
Okay. So the
I am
attention
on it
span
for
when
8
you're
minutes.
playing rugby
Oh yeah,
is there.
So I always think like meetings you should do like on a walk or something, because like I think it's just like when you sat down and you're like, oh, I'm going somewhere. But like if I say I'm like
What's
when I'm
that pigeon
walking or
doing?
like doing exercise, like I find that the best to have like conversations because like my brain's still on it. So like yeah, when I'm on rugby, I can be there for 8 minutes.
She is the most on it person then.
How has the attention span dealt with planning a wedding? Because, so for those who don't know, you're obviously engaged to Luke Stratford, who is one of the assistant coaches at Leicester Tigers. That's happening in, a matter of weeks now?
Yeah, less than 4 weeks.
Because to me, that is a serious, like, planning challenge.
Yeah, well, you say that, but
This
Do
is
you
the
know
on
what
it, not
it
on
is?
it play of you, isn't it?
Yeah, the mechanical ball got booked like weeks ago, and then like
I got a rodeo ball and that was it.
Entertainment.
Wedding's done.
But yeah, do you know what? Like people go on about this stressful thing, planning a wedding. Honestly, you just have to send a few emails and it's done. Like that is literally what it is. And like a couple of phone calls, pay a lot of money. That's probably the worst part of it. But yeah, send a couple of emails and you've already done. I think I kind of like had in my head, it was all planned. And I'm at a venue, so they've done like all the like cutlery and like the food that you're having and that sort of stuff. They've sorted all that. And I just need to do entertainment, rodeo bowl, couple of games. And sorted, get my dress. That was pretty hard, but I'd say it was pretty easy. So if anyone ever wants a wedding planning, let me know, because it's actually not that stressful. And I've literally said to everyone that's kind of helping planning, i.e. my mum, who's been the worst one, it's a stress-free wedding. So if you're going to stress, don't do it around me.
Leave it at the door.
Was that an early disclaimer?
That was literally day after proposal.
That's so clever as well, because then if you do start to feel stress from them, you can be like, sorry, it's a stress-free wedding.
Yeah.
Please take your stresses elsewhere. Oh my God. Guys, I'm now embarking on a stress-free life. So if you have any stresses,
Don't come at me.
Yeah.
But you're so if you make the final, the wedding is the week after the final.
Yeah.
Will the
6 days
trophy and the
after.
medal be making an
Sorry,
appearance?
worse than that. Luke Stratford's hen stag is next week, is it? No, week after. Yeah, next week.
Yeah, 2 weeks out from the wedding, yeah.
So we're just hoping that he comes back with those glorious locks.
Yeah, I've said to his brothers and my brother actually, if his hair is gone or his eyebrows, the wedding is
off.
it's off.
Do you mean that?
No. Oh, he could be a baldy. I'd still marry him.
Yeah.
So.
That's cute.
That's very cute. But in all seriousness, if you do win the league, will you be wearing a medal? on your wedding
Maybe I
day?
won't wear the medal, but I would definitely want to bring the trophy. Touch wood if we win.
Touch wood.
Yeah, I think we'll fill it with
Get it
flowers or
filled up.
something. Yeah.
Fill it with beer.
Bit of a beer.
How much do you guys talk shop at home? Obviously, he's forwards coach at Leicester, or line-out coach, yeah. So obviously that is one of your big domains, big passions and loves in life.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes we do have to put a little stop on it. I'm like, Luke, enough now. Yeah, kind of like the week of the game, obviously it was the first game of our season. It was pretty hush-hush. Like he was kind of still settling his feet into Leicester, so he didn't have too much to say about it at that point. So we did pretty well with it, actually. Still got breakfast on the morning of it, so it wasn't too competitive. And then yeah, obviously I was on the bench for that game, and he was like on the sideline. I was just like chuckling to myself. I was like, this is the weirdest thing ever. But yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah.
It's funny, isn't it, to think that when you play against him, he's basically plotting how to nick the ball off your line out.
Crazy. He never would. I would never let him do that.
Come at me. That's so funny. How did you guys meet?
Do you not know this?
I don't know.
So me and Luke initially met outside of like the club. Obviously we were both at uni at the time. We met at the club in Attic, outside of the club Attic in Gloucester. He was kind of dressed as, he was in female clothes, and he was
and
not
you
allowed
thought, that's
to,
the man for me.
yeah, honestly, and he was not allowed to get into Attic, the club at the time. And I, for some reason, I don't know why, but I was also not allowed to. I've been kicked out of Attic, and there he was, his blonde locks, and I asked him if I could borrow his phone because I did not have my phone. And yeah,
The rest
then
is history.
then his housemate came and actually dropped me off home, and then didn't speak for like 2 weeks, whatever. Then I was literally typing away in the library, just getting on with an assignment, and like wanders over this blonde Luke, and he says, after bearing in mind Luke's been at uni for 5 years at this point, he says, do you know how to log on to the university emails? I'd literally been at Hartpury for a week because I'd transferred down from Northumbria Uni, and I thought, flipping hell, who is this geezer? But yeah, so then, yeah, kind of the rest is history.
And was that just the ploy to get chatting to you, or did he legit not know?
He actually legit didn't know how to get onto, but also there were many other people in the room that he could have asked, but yeah.
That's so funny. So funny. Obviously, your 50th cap in the Six Nations. How was that? Berna came and did a pretty cool speech, didn't she? Which was very sweet.
Yeah, I don't know if she threw me under the bus a little bit, but
to be only the PC bits hit social media though.
Yeah, that's true.
It's actually crazy. You know, normally people are like, oh yeah, like this rugby, that rugby, this is what she's done. Zoe's was all about her drinking, wasn't it? And obviously it's a bit of whole new like support staff,
coaching
like
staff,
Mitch and
yeah.
that, like never seen her before. And
I was kind of shrinking in my seat, like, oh my goodness, is it going to stop? But no, it was absolutely lovely of that. And obviously she shared some memories that I kind of like forgotten about. So it was really nice to, obviously, because I've been through my 50 caps, first one I got with Sarah. So it was super special to have her there, and obviously for her to do a speech, and running out at a home crowd at Ashton Gate, that was super special as well. So yeah, no, all round good day. I think, yeah, it probably added to the Six Nations, which I think was my favourite one ever. But yeah, super special.
Good.
why was it your favourite ever?
I think just like the whole vibe of it was pretty cool. Obviously, like we had Mitch come in, and I think he's kind of like given this like off-field bond that we haven't really had before. Like the vibe around is just super nice to be around. And I think on pitch as well, it's like, it's nice you can be yourself, and like there's this extra bit of wow,
Yeah.
if you know what I mean,
Actually
extra
play
bit of play
rugby.
rugby,
Yeah.
Which is nice. So yeah, no, very enjoyable.
Is it true that one of your friends' gran knitted a Johnny Wilkinson when she was
get us about this
16,
so much,
and
yeah.
he's been in the bottom of your rugby bag ever since?
That is true. That is true.
Can you tell us about it? How big is he?
It's tiny. It's literally like the size of this microphone.
He ain't that big. That's
not
massive.
tiny.
The top bit, you mean?
His whole body. You don't think?
Do you think he's that big?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. There we are then.
Where's
that come from?
Where
I've never heard you say that before in your life. You've said
That's
it
going to be
4
my new
times.
thing going
man.
forward now. Yeah, man. So I've got a Johnny Wilkinson knitted doll who stays in the bottom of a rugby bag. I just had him when I first went to Hartpury, when I moved away from home at the age of 16, and I've kind of always just thought like there's so many different variants to a game day, like it's kind of different kit, kind of different teammates, where you're playing. It's all different, so many different things that's going on. And then just at the bottom of my rugby bag, I just have this one thing that's just constant, and I can just like look at him and I'm like, right, same thing, game day.
Johnny's here, will be all right.
Johnny's here, will be all right. So a little bit weird, but yeah, it keeps me calm. I don't know.
I think
No, I
that's
love
so
that.
wholesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have anything like that?
Not for Gloucester, but for my Welsh games. I've got, from the 2017 World Cup, I got given like a little red dragon. Maxen he's called.
Maxen?
Maxen, yeah.
Oh, maybe I'll call you Maxen, I can say that.
I probably won't respond. And I take him to every camp, basically,
Oh,
to every game. He's not missed a game yet.
that's cute. Who bought it you?
It's like a thing that was given to the youngest player in the squad at the time. In World Cups, they do it. So Cecilia had one for the last World Cup. She's got
That's
a
cool.
different little red dragon.
What's hers called?
Dewi, I think. I think it's
Oh.
Dewi, yeah.
You could probably take that to your Gloucester games as well, given the amount of Welsh contingent that you guys have over there. Was that one of the big reasons for moving to Gloucester-Hartpury? Kind of that, not safety, but the comfort of knowing there's lots of...
Yeah, I obviously knew like a few players that were there already, but I'd never really thought about it before going to uni. And then I think coach at the time, Susie Appleby, she picked me up, and ever since I got there, really, I haven't really looked back. And ever since I've been there, there's been more Welsh players that have come along as well. So yeah, there's a nice little family of Welshies there at the minute. So it kind of feels like a home away from home.
And the 2017 World Cup, how old were you playing in that?
17.
So are you the youngest Welsh cap player? Or not sure. You've got to be close to it, if not.
Close. I'm not sure if Ellie Norkett might have been younger. I think we were around the same age, but yeah, one of the youngest.
Did you
I
have
guess.
to get special dispensation to play at 17?
Yeah,
Yeah. What did that involve? Like,
just a lot of like medical testing. Really, strapped
Really?
into one of those like machines with like shoulder strength, like quad hammy strength.
so it was a case of if you're strong enough, you can play.
Yeah, basically.
Wow.
Yeah,
Good job, you're strong.
yeah. Pharmacy.
Farmer strong.
We're built different. We're built differently.
Yeah.
Oh, there we are. Let's have a little farming bond, shall we?
What's your farm place? What do you do?
Dairy.
Ah,
Yeah.
You, Scaz?
tough life that. Beef and arable. Mean anything to you, Mo?
Yes. Cows
Goes.
and crops.
Nice.
Learned well. Did you know that, Zoe?
I didn't know
Damn
that.
it.
Flakes, you bought Mo a few presents in her time. Can we talk through the clothes source?
You could say no, it's fine.
Yeah, we can. I
You know
think
this
You can give us your version of it.
I'll give you mine after.
Remember, don't let the truth get in the way of a good story.
probably different versions because I can't remember that much. But I live in Cardiff, so I was staying at Mo's, and I obviously don't remember it happening. But the day after I woke up, and the girls were like, "You've broken the clothes horse." I was like, "Oh my gosh, what have I done?"
She'd fallen into this clothes horse, and I think you were trapped in it. Were you? It had like crumpled, like bent,
Got an arm through
like
it.
literally, and was just like on the floor, like stuck in this clothes horse. So the girls had to get her out. But then in the morning, you should have seen the clothes horse. Defo came off worse.
Yeah,
and then
it was
bless,
not a
about
good
like
way.
3 days later, just
Amazon,
had this
got on Amazon
Yeah.
straight away, sent you a new clothes horse.
just on my doorstep when I got home.
That's
Yeah.
very cute.
And they're
though.
the friends you need.
They
Yeah.
are.
Break some up, fix it. Why
Yeah.
not?
Yeah.
Make it work.
We've had some good nights there though.
Yeah.
Some states the next morning.
Any more you want to go into, or are you happy to leave it there?
Happy there.
Happy
then.
there. Yeah,
happy.
yeah.
I thought so. In-house, isn't it? In-house. In-house. Got it. Right, let's talk semi-final prep. What does it look like for you guys?
Doo-doo-doo.
So as we record, we're Monday, playing on Sunday. What's the week looking like?
We've got Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday this week.
Okay.
And then obviously King's Home Sunday. Queen's Home, I think it's going to be this week.
Queen's
Is
Home
it?
again. Yeah, back to
Back
Queen's
to
Home.
Queen's Home.
Nice.
So I think obviously we had last week off, which was obviously our bye week. We got a couple of reps in there, a couple of high intensity training sessions to kind of get us prepared going into this week. So we've kind of got a little plan as we head into this week, but just making sure we're on script really, scrubbing up a little bit.
And as the three people arguably steering the ship the most, co-captains and the 10, like, are you going, is it just another week and that boring cliche, or is it a bit more RTT?
I'd say it was a little bit more RTT. We had a little discussion on the way down and stuff, didn't we?
did.
Which
We utilised the time
Did
well.
you?
Yeah.
It's your brain stress.
Yeah.
but we do like to keep it chill at Gloucester. We like not to put too much onto it. Would you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like obviously going into playoffs, we know like prep is important obviously in the week. But I think like start of the week is kind of chill, get a really good session in. And then towards the end of the week, you kind of just build into it then day by day. And then come match day, we're all rearing to go then.
It's Linny that cracks us up because he's the one that hops from foot to foot in like big game weeks, doesn't he? He gets more animated. He gets animated.
So you guys are first v fourth, Gloucester-Hartpury v Exeter at King's Home, Queen's Home.
Nice.
4:30 p.m. You're the second semi, aren't you? The other one happens first. This is a rematch of last year's final.
Ooh.
Flakes, you got player of the match in that.
Yes, she did.
Does it feel different this time? Because obviously last year you never won the Prem before. You'd obviously recruited really well, but everyone thought you could, but you hadn't yet done it. It was always, the Sarries, Quins, targets on their back. Whereas this year you're the defending champions. Does it feel different being the chased and not the chasers?
I think the expectations of ourselves is like too higher. Like we've got these goals, like we wanted to go the whole season unbeaten.
Yep.
So the kind of expectation of ourselves is a lot higher from what it has been like previously, because obviously we've not expected it before, but this year we're like, we need to be getting there now. So I think that's obviously helped drive the standards and stuff. So I think that is the bit that has been different.
Defo. I think for me, the major difference that I felt is that last year, everyone wanted us to win. Like everyone wanted us to be the team that like did it and came from behind, and everyone was rooting for the Circus. Whereas this year, everyone's like, nah, I'm bored of it. Like we want to see you lose.
It's funny how things change
It's
in a year,
mad,
isn't it?
Because we haven't changed. Like none of us have changed. The way that we play hasn't changed. The people we are hasn't changed. But just because like we managed to do it last year, everyone's now like, nah.
But you have the experience, don't you? There's a huge amount to be said for having experience of winning, being in big games, but then winning them as well. That's a big factor, I think.
100%. Yeah.
Okay, second semi, or the first semi, second place v third, Saracens v Bristol at the Stonex, Sunday 2 p.m. Can Bristol go to the Stonex and win?
Yeah, so I think they've obviously gone 1-1 this season so far. I think what's the stat? There's no team that have won an away semi so far, so that'll be very interesting. Obviously add to the pressure. Obviously they've both got very different styles of playing. Bristol like to keep it in hand, like run. Obviously Sarah's got quite a big kicking game, so it'll be interesting to see who will come out on top.
Defo.
I know you're not going to want to talk about it, but I would love just some form of media answer. If you make the final, hypotheticals, you've got a big game this weekend, would you prefer to play Sarries or Bristol?
We've got splinters.
They're back already.
Yeah.
Let's go first.
I don't think we mind really who we have in the final. If we get to the final, fingers crossed. No preference really.
I'll join you on the fence.
It's two very different teams, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like you've got like the kicking game of Saracens.
More pragmatic and physical.
Yeah, like physical upfront battle with that kicking game. Or you've got like the running rugby of Bristol, the out the back door, the throw the ball around, edge to edge. So like it's two completely contrasting ways to play. And I think one, obviously you've got,
arguably you'd prefer
you've got a West
style over the
Country
other.
derby. You've got a West Country derby down in the West Country, or you've got like the probably most prestigious team of Saracens who have won it, 4 times in the professional era against against potentially us or Exeter, the home team, or the team that won it last year.
So
Do you know what I
playing
mean?
obviously Exeter in this in the semi-final this weekend, does that prepare you better for playing a Saracens or a Bristol, having spoken about both the ways in which they play?
Well, they're more similar to Sarries, I'd say, in the way that they like to
I'd
play.
agree.
But I think they're also relatively structured like Bristol are in some stuff that they try and do. So I think they're kind of a bit of an amalgamation of both. Is that a word? Have I made that word up?
No, it's a good word.
Yes.
Smashed it.
Yeah, so I think they're kind of like a bit of for me, I think anyway, they're a mix of the both. Like they like to come out the back door off an edge like a Bristol do, or they will look to put the boot to ball in that backfield. So I think like either way, like you just got to, it's knockout rugby. Anything can happen. Play whoever you're up against. All the cliches, you know.
All the cliches.
Who do you think it'll be? You don't have to be on the fence because you're not involved.
I think it will be Gloucester Sarries. I do.
Do you?
I think the home piece is massive. I think you're two teams that have so much international experience, big game experience, that I think even if you don't play as well as you both want to play, I think you can still win the game. And I think that's really important.
God.
But I just wouldn't write a Bristol or an Exeter off in that same.
Sorry, was I this nervous last show when we did this?
Yeah.
Was I?
Yeah.
Okay, because I couldn't remember.
You were worse.
Was
you
I?
were worse.
Was
I
I?
don't think you'd even let us finish asking you a question.
I actually need to listen to that back because I can't remember how nervous I was. But
No, you were.
now we're talking about it, I'm starting to get a little bit, you know.
Excited.
It's just big, isn't it?
It's big. It's exciting.
Are you excited to be down there? Prem final live show.
Yes. Breaking news.
Is it breaking?
Yes. We're going to be there.
Sick one, brother.
Live show before the game, pre-match at Sandy Park. You'll be able to get tickets on Exeter Chiefs website and details will be on our social media. So don't miss that because it hopefully will be a great one. We will have some brilliant guests. Not sure who. We'll also be recording our final podcast of the year. I don't know if you'll be there.
After the game.
After the game. Yeah. Hopefully you'll be there whether you've won or not. Will you?
Depends how sad I am.
She might be on holiday.
No, we'll see. We'll see.
But yeah, you don't need to bring any croissants.
We need to do. You?
I got more at the weekend.
No, you didn't. We
I got
pleaded.
croissants. I got pan au chocolat. I got some candy kittens. I got some Haribo, and I got some cans of Chardonnay, which was my personal favourite.
That is brilliant, to be fair. That is outside the box thinking. I'm here for it.
Last game of the season, they knew. It was nice as well. It was 19 crime stuff. It was good. So if you make the final, girls, have you got any requests for...
Scaz.
No? Oh, sorry. I was asking
All right,
these
yeah.
guys.
If you have requests, but don't bring them.
Don't bring them, but what would you want? I went with a Land Rover, but that hasn't arrived yet.
Gosh. Yeah, I'd like
I said fried chicken.
Fried chicken. Maybe some chocolate fingers, the dairy chocolate fingers.
Oh, strong.
I have had chocolate, and the only issue is if it's a hot day,
It melts.
Yeah. Flakes, what do you fancy?
Maybe like an ice cold Diet Coke.
Yeah, strong.
That's a good
Strong.
one. That is a good one. In a can, so you know it's
Tell
not
you
been
what, I'm
tampered
banging
with.
after a game. Calippo.
Can't drink it otherwise.
Awesome. Well, I can't wait to see what people bring. If you make the final, touch wood, everyone. Come on.
Touch wood.
Real wood there.
Why are you writing that?
Killing me off.
You would be exactly the same.
That's so funny.
You were touching league, all about that mini league. Touching wood, all about that mini league anyway.
Done the double. Thank you so much, Flakes and Zoe, for coming in. We've really enjoyed it. And the very best of luck at the weekend.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Don't worry, everyone else, because Alma is back next week and we're going to be wearing blazers, don't forget,
Oh yeah, we're getting
for
smart,
our
aren't we?
penultimate show of the year.
We have been The Good, The Scaz and The Rugby in partnership with Vodafone. This is a Folding Pocket production produced by Shira Kilgallen.